Welcome back to Studio F. We're on Fast Times Willy B. We will be reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Hit it, Russ!
Welcome back to Fast Times Willy B. I'm Willy B. I've got Loushaunce with me.
You know it, baby.
And we are ready to wrap up a trilogy.
3 for 3.
Well, trilogy for now.
Trilogy for now.
But
for the next 3 years.
Yeah, we'll talk like it's a trilogy now. But nonetheless, we are here for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Jeff Fowler back in the director's chair, which I just found out he had something to do with some of the video games that came out in the 2000s.
A word.
So it kind of now is making more sense.
Okay.
That he has this passion for these movies. And
had to redeem himself. I'm just joking.
But it shows, because once again, and we're going to dive into it, but we both really enjoyed this film.
Oh, my.
We've got Ben Schwartz back.
Shout out to Ben Schwartz.
We've got Jim Carrey back.
Oh,
double the fun.
I don't need to shout out to Jim Carrey. He's got enough shout outs.
We've got Idris Elba back. We've got Colleen O'Shaughnessy, some would say O'Shag Hennessy.
O'Shag Hennessy.
Again, like, comment, subscribe if you know the correct way to say that name. We've got Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Joining the cast of
I
Shadow.
wasn't sure how I was going to feel about Keanu being Shadow, and I'll tell you what. Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo. At first, it was a little jarring, because, again, I'm used to Johnny Silverhand and Cyberpunk and everything else Keanu's in, but... Man, he did really, really well.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll start with the good, and we've started last too. We'll start with it again. The acting, the casting, the voice casting, the voice acting, all of it. Just
it's
once
great.
again. You add another character here. You already gave your praise to Keanu. I thought he was spectacular as that just dark, ominous, almost voice to Shadow. And obviously, we're getting a Shadow that's 50 years from complete heart shatter. And I just think Keanu Reeves portrayed that perfectly.
Killed it.
Again, Ben Schwartz, he is Sonic.
Synonymous at this point.
Idris Elba.
It's Ben Schwartz the Hedgehog.
Yeah, honestly. Idris Elba solidified himself even more with Knuckles this time
I feel like in this one, they kind of pulled back on the dumb Knuckles.
Yeah.
And pushed forward on the warrior Knuckles.
And I like that a lot.
I really did. I really like that a lot as well. Yeah.
O'Shaughnessy was great. James Marsden, I didn't even mention him in the cast, but James Marsden, once again, he's back. He was great. And then obviously we get double fun with Jim Carrey. And the dynamic we get between the various Papa terms he gives him, and the double Robotniks, that was a really fun addition to this film.
So goofy. And I love, no spoilers really, but I love that they get down and boogie a little.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
I love that he puts that in the movies and just gives it his all. And this one was killer.
Yeah.
This little dance scene was definitely
choreographed.
It was very good.
Well,
very good. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. The banter we get between them is really well written and really well delivered as well. It just goes to show the range of Jim Carrey once again, because he doesn't play these characters the same. He doesn't voice them the same. No. He's playing two different characters.
And even through the 3 movies, you see kind of the dynamic progression of his soul character, his Robotnik. You see him just be different through the 3, and it just goes to show you that when you put this guy on, he delivers. Every single time. It doesn't matter his age. It doesn't matter his anything. When he's on, he's on.
Yeah, for sure.
The explosions, the effects,
special effects once again. Yes.
Oh.
Before we dive into special effects, I thought it was funny because we talked about Fast and Furious. They go to Tokyo in the 3rd movie.
Oh, they mentioned Tokyo Drift. They mentioned Tokyo Drift.
We're following along.
I mean...
Hopefully not, because I think the 4th Fast and Furious is a hunk of garbage. So I hope we're not following along that closely.
Sonic 5.
The Rock.
Dominic Toretto. Let's do it.
I will say, Sonic 9 can't do space for the first time because they already did space in this one. So
right. And, if we want to throw the Transformers in,
Yeah,
let's throw the Transformers in.
Let's do it.
You know, let's just do some wild, off-the-wall collab movie.
Like multiverse.
Yeah.
Across animation.
Yeah, like Megatron steps into the universe of Fast and the Furious, and Dom goes, I know a guy.
Yeah.
And then he calls up Sonic. Because that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get G.I. Joe in there. Mm-hmm. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
It'd be fun. You know?
Maybe.
Major IP overload.
It might be a hot hunk of garbage, but you know what? It surely will not.
It'll ring the nostalgia
It will not
bell.
Profit past the budget. That's for sure.
Well, you never know. I mean, speaking of budget, very successful opening night for Sonic. You always like seeing that. We didn't have a packed theater, but it wasn't empty by any means. We had a turnout.
It was nice. Yeah.
It was nice when you don't want to sit next to somebody you don't know.
Or, you know, I mean, I'm not here to judge people's fun or whatever. If you like talking through movies, you're an awful person. But
yeah,
I'm just kidding. But it's nice you don't get all the chatter and clatter and you know.
Yeah, no, it was a nice opening night theater. Thursday nights are always tough to read because, you know, I just feel like Friday night's the night where people are going to go out to the theaters.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Although we did hear some great reporting from Nosferatu, not to talk about that earlier, take away from Sonic. We were hearing sellouts and that our Cinemark might be opening up the extra concession stands.
Oh, extra snacks.
So
those are the most important snacks.
But no, back to Sonic. Yes, the special effects though. I mean, like I said, we get to go to space. Never did I think that it looked unrealistic. Mm-hmm. We're in Tokyo. We're in Green Hills. We're in everywhere. I mean, we get to see the pyramids.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, you know, I'm to spare myself from saying spoilers or whatever.
Well, there's a spoiler alert on the video.
I don't mean to, but I mean the fight scenes between Sonic and Shadow. I was gonna say Knuckles. Between Sonic and Shadow, like, dude, it just brings me back to like old DBZ fights, like Dragon Ball Z fights, where like it's just two powerhouses just cuff for cuff, just going at it, and it was.
Well, especially when they split the, you know.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool. I mean, literally, the whole time, you were, like, nudging over and you know, saying a few things. My mouth was just up the whole time.
Yeah.
But I was just, wow. Because this one kind of brought a sort of dramatic feel that the first two don't have. Like, the first one has the drama of, like, Sonic losing... Long Claw and being alone and sad, and that's one type of drama, but this one brings in this very dark and
loss
with Shadow, you know, very dark sort of energy to the third one here, and dude, it was epic.
It brings loss in with Shadow for sure, but then, you know, that moment you have with Donut Lord, you know, and that's where you see Sonic kind of start to shift.
I almost welled up a little bit there, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. No, one of the scenes that really stuck with me in this movie to kind of play on, you know, the emotion and the darkness is when we first get Shadow out of containment and he's walking through Tokyo in the rain. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a slow motion and you see him just soaked and you see the rain falling on his fur. And then that's when he also has his first interaction, obviously, with the three that are now living as brothers, basically. But
he is far more impressive than the first hedgehog I fought.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Yeah. But, I mean, comedy lands again. Mm-hmm. It pulled, like you said, definitely pulled on the emotional strings a little more than the first two. Mm-hmm. I think that's why I'm not giving my score yet, but I tend to say I like this one the most so far.
Yeah, no.
It's scoring the best of the three, so I don't think it's an unpopular opinion for me saying that, but...
And I mean, really, as long as they introduce a few characters, as long as the story doesn't get too dry... I mean, who's to say we stop at 4? There's a bounty of characters they can pull from, and as long as the story doesn't get too dry.
In the credits, we saw like a nod at 3 different characters, 2 different characters,
2. Yeah, 2.
2 and 1.
Well, all right. Let the people see it.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure most people
There's a spoiler alert. There's a spoiler alert on this video. There's a spoiler.
I'm sure people watch before they go see it because I get it. Yeah, curiosity,
But we were talking about that in the last video. Some people were already watching the post-credit scenes. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, that's not me.
But thoroughly enjoyed both. Yeah. Well, the second one's not really all that crazy, but
it's still a good movie.
I meant the post-credit scenes. Oh, the second one just nods to something I kind of. Was like, oh no crap, but the first one threw me because I called one of them. Mm-hmm. I called one of them, but the second character they showed, I was like, yo, totally forgot about you.
Yeah, man. The action was good. Like you said, I really liked the fight sequences. Cutting back to the comedy, like we said, it hit again. It's just the banter we get between all of the animals, between Knuckles, Sonic, Tails, Shadow.
They really pull that brotherly kind of vibe together really well.
Yeah, from the race trash talking to them working as a team on missions. Sonic's impatient. Can I go now? Knuckles, can I punch through the glass? It's fun. And then obviously you got Jim Carrey too, and double Jim Carrey, and Robotnik's always just.
And the fourth wall break was pretty slick.
That was awesome. It was
pretty slick.
That was actually the quote I used on my Letterboxd review.
Oh yeah,
it was the fourth wall break. Yeah. No, that was great. I think the relationship with him and Stone just continues to get funnier as the movies go on.
Oh, the shirt scene. Yeah. Oh my God, I was rolling. I need a new suit.
I need more room.
I don't have any material. Found some.
And then he goes, what does Stone say? He goes, resourceful.
Yeah. I'm not big on a lot of online trends, but the whole comedy thing of grabbing pockets and ripping pants or grabbing shirts and something about that I find hilarious. Yeah. I don't know what it is about it.
I think they even continued the comedy, and you almost have to catch it. Because the next mission, they're walking in, and he's just wearing his tie with the suit jacket. He has no shirt on underneath. So, if you're not looking close enough, you'll miss it because he has the suit jacket buttoned up. But I was like, dude, he's not wearing a shirt. He's just got the tie on around his neck.
Yeah, it was solid. Yeah. Solid.
But this was a fun one because it kind of was all over the place, but in a good way. You have a moment where you feel like our trio is going to team up with Robotnik, then it's the Robotniks against the world, then it's just all over the place. But
it's one Robotnik's plan, it's the other Robotnik's plan.
It's Shadow. What does he think they're doing? It's just all over the place, but it's not hard to follow, and that's why I think it's a good mess. It's a good mess because it keeps you on your toes. But you're never lost, and that's something I really liked about this.
And
movie.
they really paralleled kind of the Knuckles and Shadow with Robotnik, kind of sorta, where they by the end they start to realize maybe this guy doesn't have my best intentions, which of course as the audience we know he doesn't.
Yeah, I will say when we had one of the Robotniks hanging from a place. I thought we were going to get... I almost looked, because he said any final words, and I almost looked to see if this movie was PG-13. I thought we were going to get an F-bomb right there. Yeah. The way they were, setting it up, I was like, there's no way they're about to pull a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 right here. So, part of me wanted to pull up my phone and say, is this PG-13? I think it is PG, and we obviously didn't end up getting it. But there was a second there I was like, no way.
I'll be honest, looking back, something I'm kind of surprised about is there weren't a lot of, Star Wars, right? You would think... Yeah. Because they reference Ghostbusters. They got a lot of pop culture references. Not a single I Am Your Father. Not a single...
I know. I guess it was his grandfather. But still being in space and, the situation they were in. I definitely agree.
That parallels Luke and Vader and Bespin a lot. Yeah. A lot. Even the Doomsday Machine looks kind of like Cloud City in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly. So, I'm kind of not surprised that the Fast and Furious is the one that we get the most just because of Sonic's speed. Yeah. Got to go fast. What did he say?
You have a catchphrase?
Yeah. No, I was shocked too. I was fully expecting a Star Wars reference right there. But again, we get some fun pop culture references throughout the movie. Especially, it was cool how they kind of immersed us in Japan too. They took us to a restaurant that's apparently top 10
to
visit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the Chow Garden is part of the Sonic video games and such. So that's another. And while we're on the topic of the video games, one of my favorite little Easter eggs is when they put the USB in, it doesn't work, and they're like, "Well, just pull it out and blow on it." That always seemed to work before, and it does.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, 90s tip," and I was like, "Yeah,
nice. I think one of them said it's the best decade."
yeah. So that was a fun little one there.
No, for sure, especially given that this game was released on cartridges, so that's just a little extra fun to it. There was a lot of fun. We get some more fun gadgets from Tails. I loved the little.
And there's another nod when he kept pressing the thing and it small head, big head. I was thinking, well, that's probably a reference to video games, like different cheat codes and such.
Yeah. That was fun. But yeah,
and the sister. I don't know her name, but the sister, I'm glad she got a little screen time. Not a whole lot.
I was going to say, I might mention that. I was a little bummed out we didn't get more of her.
It was enough to,
Yeah, I'm glad we got some of her.
Sure.
I'm glad they didn't just, blacklist her from the franchise for no reason and not tell,
And I don't know, maybe she's got other stuff going on.
Oh, for sure.
She's busy or doesn't really want to...
I mean, it's never, when you're a supporting character, it's never as easy as when you're the main character to stick with a movie that's going on to 3 or 4 movies. Mm-hmm. Jim Carrey or James Marsden, it's easy to stick around when you're getting, 60 minutes of screen time in an hour and 40-minute movie.
Yeah.
But,
that's a pretty that's a much heftier paycheck than...
Yeah, for sure. Or if you're Ben Schwartz and you're probably saying 60% of the words in the movie.
Yeah. Right.
So, but no, I mean, again, it's 3 movies now, and I think, again, most, if not all of it, falls in this good category.
Mm-hmm. I'm very... I don't want to say proud. That seems like, I'm proud of them. They know what they're doing. They don't care if I'm proud of them. But I mean, it's very exciting to see someone clearly with passion making these movies, making them happen, and keeping them spicy. And like I said, if they stay on the kind of pace that they're going, I don't think 4 is going to be the final.
No,
I don't see why they would have to.
Yeah.
Again, they have a whole catalog of characters they can pull from.
Yeah. They could even make it a Sega universe and start pulling in other, you know what I mean?
Hey.
If you wanted to go that route.
Hey. I'm in it. As long as they keep this quality, I'm in it.
Yeah. Well, it's good for the video game community too, because I mean, obviously we had Borderlands this year, which kind of, pooped the bed, but
it sucks. I haven't even seen it.
But if you're talking recently though, Super Mario Brothers was fantastic. Mm-hmm. The 3 Sonic movies have been great. I didn't watch it myself, but I've heard nothing other than great things about the Fallout series.
Yeah, I still got to get around to seeing that.
So it's good because for as long as video games movies have been being made, the knowledge is they're probably gonna suck. Uh-huh. And so it's good because there's
the
so
Halo
many
series was garbage.
Exactly. The 90s Mario movie. Do we need to talk about it at all? The Goombas were dinosaurs that had human body. What the hell's going on? But it's good because there are so many good video games out there. Mm-hmm. And so, now that we are finding people that... And it's nice because they're putting people, it seems like, have a passion for the thing. I'm pretty sure the guy that made Fallout was, a huge Fallout fan. Mm-hmm. So, that's how you got to do it.
Or at least have someone on set that is.
Yeah, exactly.
And per scene, just look over, and if he gives you the thumbs up, keep going.
Exactly.
If he's, holding his brow and, face palming... redo it or rewrite it or something.
Yeah.
No,
I agree. It's
the guy that did the Halo series. I mean, I'm pretty sure he went on to say he's never played one.
Yeah.
And then I'm not on here to talk smack or nothing. The guy that played Master Chief demanded that we unveil Master Chief's face. Dude, 3 whole video games. Mm-hmm. Well, more than that, but I only count the trilogy. 3 whole video games of a mysterious voice-only character, and you want to take his helmet off. Episode 2.
Yeah, it's no.
What? You ain't Django, bro.
Yeah.
Django Fett. Not Django Freeman. I mean, you're neither.
Thanks for clarifying.
You're neither of those people, but I was referencing Django Fett.
Both way above your pay grade.
Yeah, come on now.
No, I agree. So, but it's good that we're finally seeing
good video
turn
game
to
movies.
it, you know, like, yeah. Even like, I mean, go back even a few years, Uncharted, I've heard mixed reviews on it. I've heard some people who have played the video game don't love it, but I've heard people who have played it said it's a pretty good movie. As somebody that never played the game, I thought it was a pretty good movie.
I also haven't gotten around to the Uncharted series just yet. As you know, the PS3 was a kind of an... I mean, I had a 360 at that time.
Yeah.
So I'm going back to the PS3 lately, and I want to get around to the Uncharted series. Again, I haven't seen or played the games, saw the movie. I like the movie.
I mean, I also love Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah, that surely helps.
It's an action movie with those two guys. But no, I thought it was a fun adventure film. I didn't think it was anything groundbreaking. I would say I like the Sonic movies better and the Mario movie better, etc. But it was a good movie.
Well, and I'll tell you, on the topic of Sonic and Mario, it is kind of, is the word uncanny that the first video game movies that kind of really knock it out of the park are the two IPs that kind of knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
I mean, with this, you know, I'd love to see a Zelda something.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a Zelda something. You know, and now that Nintendo's kind of looking, oh, that movie did really well. Maybe we can, I mean, let's get a Metroid movie, you know. Well, first of all, Nintendo, let's get Metroid Prime 4, okay? Just saying. Been promised that for like a decade now.
I mean, we're getting a Minecraft movie next April.
Yeah.
Now, I will say...
Yeah, that's cool.
I will say, the second trailer gave me more hope. I still don't think it's going to be great.
I mean, but here's the thing. How do you take... And this isn't... Oh, jeez. And this isn't to say Minecraft isn't a good game. This isn't to say Minecraft doesn't have a story. But how do you take a game that doesn't really have
where
dialogue?
95% of the people are playing to just play.
It's building blocks, man.
Yeah,
It's virtual building blocks. You know?
I'm interested to see what they do. I am. But I'm not holding out for us. Like, when I went to this third Sonic movie, I kind of had high expectations. And I wasn't let down. I'm not going into Minecraft with high expectations.
Well, I guess I'll save that for the next part. Just a shout out real quick. Anyone doing a BioShock anything, hit your boy up. I will literally die to be in anything BioShock related. Just throwing that out there. There are some fun fan-made shorts on YouTube. I don't know them off the top of my head to shout them out, but there's one that is really well done.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll send you the link and you can link it, or I'll comment it or something. But it's impressively done. Yeah, whatever. I'm a video gamer. You want someone good with words? Go talk to a languager.
Yeah, a languager. Anything else in the good for you? I mean, again, like we said,
I could sit here and talk about this one. That's why I didn't want to record yesterday, because I would have just been like, Sonic 3, Sonic 3, Sonic 3. But like, it's good. It's really good. Yeah. I was thoroughly impressed. I've told several people today, go see it.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Ben Schwartz.
Yeah.
I'm not that big of a fanboy, but you know what? I felt like it was necessary to just shout him out again. He's the voice of Sonic, man.
He's
How
Sonic.
cool was that? I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know. I got a soft spot in my heart for that guy.
I mean, being the voice of Sonic would be sick.
It would be sick. It would be sick, man.
I mean, being the voice of any of the four...
Any video game character.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like Idris Elba or Colleen O'Shag Hennessy or...
well, and with Tails' voice acting this time got a little louder.
Yeah.
Like, if you almost feel like Tails is kind of coming into his character a little
more confidence.
A little more confidence. Yeah. And I like a lot more, not screaming, but, you know, higher pitched.
Yeah.
Not so reserved Tails. And I like that too.
Yeah, I mean, the character's definitely shifted a little bit all around. I mean, we already mentioned Knuckles and how he's more of the brute warrior in this movie than the dumb guy.
Yeah.
And Sonic has a whirlwind of character change in this movie.
It was intense.
So
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Too. I mean, you're even getting like just so much character arc and character development in these three movies, and in this movie alone, it's just been a fun trilogy to watch. I'm excited to see it turn into a fourth movie and etc. If they continue down this path.
Absolutely. But, absolutely.
I guess we can hop to the meh. I'll preface the meh by saying I don't have anything in the bad. They got rid of the flossing.
They got rid of the flossing.
So I don't have anything bad. Yeah. Anything that I guess I'm disgruntled with is just like, it was all right. I would say something that I'd put in the meh is probably the lack of our supporting characters that we had in the last two movies.
Sure.
I do also get this movie took a big part of this movie took place overseas. So I also get why that's probably has something to do with it as well.
Probably.
But man, she was so fun in that second movie. I just wanted more of her, you know?
Definitely. You don't need to be a main character to be a good time. The funny thing is, we're finally to the meh and the bad, and I totally forget what I was saving for this part. So if I'm looking off and not all that entertaining for a second here, it's because I'm really trying to rack my brain for what I was going to blurt out earlier.
I guess my other meh is maybe a little more of information on the government side of things. Does that make sense?
Like who is Gunn?
Yeah, like who is Gunn? And you know,
like why was that one lady a bad guy?
That's what I was gonna say. What's her name? Rockwell? Is it Rockwell?
Yeah.
No, is it Rockwell?
I think so.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Or I'm either just saying that because they sing "I always feel like." But anyways, she was like didn't have a reason to be bad, and that was something I was just trying to wrap my head around the whole time. I liked her character. She was intense. I liked the shapeshift moment. I liked when he shapeshift into the commander and was like, you know,
oh yeah, Captain,
whatever he did.
You a pirate?
Yeah. Or no, Shamar Moore. Aye, Captain. She like looked at him like. But and then obviously the extra gravity scene was fun. But I just needed a little more on why she was acting the way she was acting, and then all of a sudden when things get stolen, she's gone.
Yeah.
So that was my big meh. But like again, most of this movie is in the good.
I really cannot remember what I was gonna, like. It is gone. It must not have been important. I mean, it must have been me trying to like fish for something for this part.
Was it the mustache crime?
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, never cut a man's mustache off. That's
heartbreaking.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
That was a moment I was like, dude, this guy's a scumbag, but I feel horrible for him right now.
That fight was cool.
Yeah, it was.
The mantis and the
mantis.
Yeah.
I felt like we were watching him and the Grinch.
I felt like he pulled a lot of Grinch into this one.
Yeah.
There was a couple times I was like, that was kind of Grinchy.
Maybe because it was like the last two movies I believe were both. One was released in February, one was April. This one maybe because it was December release. They gave a little nod, you know? Yeah.
Hey.
So I don't know. But yeah. I don't really think I have anything else to gripe with.
I had something in the meh. I can't remember, so hopefully it'll drive you all as crazy as it's going to drive me. If I do remember, you know, maybe I'll throw it in the comments or something.
Comments, describe what you think he didn't like.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And then he can confirm or deny whether you were correct.
Right.
We'll make a prize out of it. Whoever gets it correct gets a poster.
Sure. That's on him. Don't come breaking my door down for that.
But I mean, final thoughts? You want to hop over there?
It was a hot movie.
Yeah.
It was a great time. Everyone brought their all. I'm excited for the fourth. There was, I feel like there wasn't a dull moment.
No.
There was not a single moment that I was like, ah.
This was balls to the wall, action packed. I mean, we've talked about the action.
The chase scene is literally in the intro of the movie.
Yeah.
And it was crazy awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's a lot of good action in this movie. It just never stops. What do you give it? What are you scoring it?
I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 9.
I was excited to see where you came down from.
Opening night, I said, now that's a 10. I'm only saying that so that the fourth can be a 10.
There you go. For me, I'm going to go 8.5. So I improved too. We went 8, 8.5. So the more I think on that second one, the more I'm really leaning into that 7.5. But I'm going to hold it at an 8 because that's what I gave it initially, and that's not what we're talking about today.
I don't like halves.
I know. I don't like giving them, but for me, it wasn't.
It's almost too nitty gritty for just how I don't know.
I don't believe in going outside of halves. Like the people that go like 8.76, I'm like,
right. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
So I stick to the halves. You'll never see me give an 8.6.
Out of 100%, you're giving it 87.6.
Yeah. Like
what?
So I usually stick to the halves, but it just There were a few things holding me back on giving it a 9, but I definitely think it was better than an 8. So
sure.
It's an 8.5 for me.
Sure. Which, again, that's good.
Yeah. Oh,
that's good. And for the record, I would have gave it a 10. But I didn't want to give this one a 10 and say it's perfect. Because I think the fourth one's going to be perfect.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm really close if I haven't hit 80 movies this year for 2024 releases. Smokes. And I would say this is probably ranked like top 20. So top 25% movie of the year.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of good movies this year.
Sure, I don't watch them.
I mean, 2023 and 2024 just have been good years and kind of recovering from COVID.
Sure.
And the detriment that did to the movie industry. But, yeah, 2024 I was a little worried about because of the strike we had at the end of 2023. I was like, what is that going to do to the landscape?
Man.
But it hasn't disappointed.
Just throwing this out there. I ordered something for the stream.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize that Canada's postal service was in a strike right now. They were like, you might be seeing this in February. I was like, dude.
Damn.
In February? I need it by the 31st of December. But I got a plan B. Anyway.
You gotta love strikes, right?
There's my gripe for the day. Hey, fight for what you deserve.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
I'm not mad at them. You know, I maybe should have done a little more research. Yeah, but
now you know. Every time you order a package, who's on strike?
Yeah, I'm not up to date on my worldly strikes around here. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, whatever.
Sonic 4 Canada. They end the strike.
They finally put a subtitle.
Yeah.
Sonic 4 Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. It's going to be cold.
But yeah, I mean, like everything you said, it was a fun watch. We had a good group that was engaged, laughing. You know, we were with a couple of friends and Lainey, and you know, Lainey was no longer. She recovered from the Browns game, so you know she was a good sport there. But we all need to recover from the Browns this year. But nonetheless, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're getting off topic pretty bad. That's my fault. I brought up Canada.
No, it was really good, and just again, I'm really happy with these 3 movies, and I look forward to what we get next.
I'm so excited for what we get next.
I'm bummed it's not 2026. I hope they move it up. You gotta go every 2 years. Right? That's what you're paying. But also, don't rush it.
Sure.
If you can move it up at this level of greatness,
take your time. But if you want to surprise us,
yeah,
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, give us 4 movies in 6 years. What?
Well, you know what we could do for another episode? We could watch the Knuckles.
Yeah, we should.
You know,
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's all Knuckles.
I mean, it's canon, so.
And Knuckles is my favorite, but
it's canon, but I don't think it has. I've heard it doesn't have like major implications.
How many episodes is it?
I think it's only 6, and they're like 29 minutes each.
Oh,
it's like a 3-hour watch.
Yeah, that's pretty much a move. Well, that's a Lord of the Rings.
It's the Wolf of Wall Street. it's a Scorsese or Lord of the Rings.
Sure.
Movie. Yeah. So, but yeah, Sonic 3. Go check it out.
Go check it out.
You will not be disappointed.
You will not be disappointed.
Unless you have no idea who Sonic is, then you might.
Unless you have no idea who Sonic is, and then you might.
That'll do it for Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
That'll do it for Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you all for watching.
Like, comment, and subscribe if Sonic the Hedgehog is blue.
And if Knuckles is red. If you like what you're watching, check out some other videos. Hit the subscribe button. Follow the social links. Go check out Loushaunce's page because content is coming January 1st. And
thanks, Canada.
That's less than 2 weeks away. So make sure you are subscribed and ready for that content to come very soon.
Oh, yeah.
But as always, we will talk to you all soon. Peace.